So I'm going to flush. Here's our catheter, and I see a little bit of a thrombus forming there. Yep. Look at that. It's actually flushing from all the way back here. Wow. Okay, there we go. So you can see that there's a thrombus developed right at the valve, so there must have been enough reflux. And you can see that tail, look at that.
Is that why blood's backing up?
Yep, makes a lot of sense. Do you see that fibrin tail? So that's the clot. And here is our valve. So the clot went from, wow, went from here all the way out. And it's, look at that fibrous tail past the valve. Let me see if this fibrous tail right there. Basically a little bit of a tail that's extruding. And then we have our valves here kind of staying open. And then let's see the behavior of the flush. It was a little abnormal. We're going to watch. So there's our insertion point. And it looks like it's, yeah, it's, so here's what's happening. There's a complete thrombus around the insertion, or around the catheter tip. And so you can see how when we flush, the flush leaves on the outside of the thrombus. So we're flushing through here and it's leaking from behind, from inside the thrombus and then out. That's why she's feeling a weird sensation when she flushes. And you can see that thrombus expanding. Ah, so close. It's a much better image. There we go. You can see that thrombus expanding as I'm flushing. And what it's doing is it's, maybe some of it's coming out. You see that fibrous, that fibrin tail, or that fibrin expanding as I'm flushing. Right there. That hyperechoic lining here. I'll try to get, there we go. Better image there. As I'm flushing, you can see that it's coming all the way out here and into here. So let's measure. All right, so that's about from there all the way to here. So we have a 1.5. So we have here all the way to about, let's make that, let's make this the entry point right at the lining, kind of projection of where the vein should be going. We have a 2.3 centimeter purchase. It's a pretty low angle. Let's see what the angle of insertion looks like. All right, so let's measure everything. We measured the fibrin tail and how much it grew from the tip of the catheter. Now let's measure the tip of the catheter to the base of the valve, which is about here. Why is that important? Because now we know that at 1 centimeter away from the valve, that we experience reflux of blood back into the catheter, so far into the catheter that we see the J-loop. This is while clamped, by the way. This has nothing to do with the needleless connector. This is post-flush clamping, that there's enough turbulence going back and forth that it's slowly and pushing its way, the blood back into the catheter, which is very interesting. So, okay. And then let's go back to our image. So, and then we're going to flush here. This is something you do not want to try to power flush. There, that's a very clear image of the thrombus. Wow, look at that right there. It's like the alien inside smaller head. And it's even protruding to about right there. So we have about here to here. So that fibrin tail is precisely about 1.75 centimeters. Jeez. You could see some fibrin development around the catheter as you see the hyperechoic haziness blocking the image of the lumen of the catheter. So there's definitely some thrombotic event here. And then we lose our image. Any pain there?
No.
Do you feel pressure?
A little bit, yeah.
A little pressure? So it's even further in. You can see it refluxing, so it's almost, I wonder if the insertion site thrombosed and it, I don't know, I don't think so. And let's see, yeah, you could see through the compression that